Have you been working on your relationship with food? Well, here's a quick quiz to monitor one aspect of it. True or false? When there's a certain food in your home or at work, you experience an odd amount of psychic energy thinking about whether or not you're going to eat it. You are known to finish certain foods to get them out of the house. You notice you are continually trying to get back on track or postponing it just one more meal or one more week, one more day longer. Your mind seems to work in absolutes, as in starting today, starting tomorrow, starting next week. I'm never going to have X food again. There are foods that you're pretty worried to take even a single bite of. And there are certain foods that, when eaten, result in this food free-for-all because, hey, you blew it anyways. Did you answer a good deal of truths? If you did, just take note that these are often symptoms of dietary perfectionism. And the pattern is predictable. It goes something like this. The foods you're trying to avoid enter your world somehow. You eat them again. You feel like you've failed. You might rationalize eating a lot just to get the craving out of your system for good. You swear off the food, starting tomorrow. You think in absolutes, and then the cycle continues. Some experience day after day of Last Supper syndrome, always putting off their dietary perfection for the next day. Others waver between periods of Last Supper syndrome and periods of pristine eating. So details aside, doing the same thing over and over again, as we know, with the hopes that it turns out differently, is no real remedy at all. We call this insanity. So a huge part of this initial quandary that we have to look at is there are foods that you believe you cannot have. You may believe if you do eat them, there will be a very negative or even intolerable consequence. So one grounded, practical, down-to-earth sort of way of working with Last Supper syndrome is to challenge the pattern by consciously throwing a wrench in the system. How do we do it? It's a little different for everyone. In its broadest sense, I help my clients do the good work of putting all foods back onto the menu again. There's no more mind tricks, no more empty promises, no more absolutes. And what I've noticed is this is a step that simply cannot be skipped in the pursuit of health or even finding a healthy, sustainable weight. What also ends up happening is we need to navigate the complexity of everything that gets kicked up in the process. This is where the real work is anyways. And this is what deserves so much love and respect, more so than you're probably ever used to. So my question to you, what sort of work are you willing to do? And what sort of eater would you really deep down like to be? That's it for now. Until next time.